wrapped up a 7-mile run. The time was 1 hour. The average heart rate was 157 beats per minute, and the pace was 8 minutes and 35 seconds per mile. So this is week 1, day 2 of training for the Go One More Marathon training block. And I say we're 11 to 12 weeks out because we're like 80 to 90 days out, and that puts us somewhere in that range. And I haven't officially made the training plan yet. That's something I plan to do this week. The way I'm thinking of doing it this time is doing 5 runs per week. We're going to do 3 MAF runs during the week. One of them being on the first day, which is going to be like 40 minutes to 50 minutes, putting me somewhere in between 5 and 6 miles. The second day of the week, we're going to do a longer run that's about an hour. The third day of the week, we're going to do a speed workout, just working on getting both speed and miles under my feet. So sometimes that might interchange with a longer run, depending on how the week goes and what's on my schedule for work. And then the next to last day of training is going to be another 45 to 50 minute run, and the next day is going to be the last day of the week, which is going to be my long run. And just really trying to incorporate more times of running throughout the week so that my body is prepared and ready to go for the Go One More Marathon on January 29th, 2022. That's the official date. Check it out. Just picked up my car from the glass place, and there's no more crack in the windshield at all, so we're good. It's a good looking car, ain't it? And don't you go fall in love with it, because we're going to have to take it with us when we leave here next month. The total for this repair was $307.59, but the deductible to me, because I have full coverage on my car, which I completely forgot about, but when I finally paid the last payment off of my car 2 years ago, my mom asked me if I wanted to keep the full coverage or if I wanted to go to just liability, and I told her just keep full coverage if it doesn't cost anything more or if it's not that much more per month. So I was able to get the deductible, or only had to pay the deductible, for $100. And then the other thing is, being a business owner, I can put this as a tax write-off because this is the vehicle that I use to do all of my shoots, all of my weddings, everything I go to for business, as well as personal things. But I'm not going to have 2 cars because I'm only one person. There's no need for that. Unless, for some reason, I had a bunch of equipment and I had an actual company vehicle that more than one person used, or I wanted to get like a Sprinter van and deck it out with like a bunch of cool shelves and stuff for all my gear. But anyway, that's beside the point. One other quick thing I wanted to mention is that the company Wedditor, I started working with them today. I haven't gotten assigned a project yet because I'm still working on going through the team management software that they have called Asana. And once I get assigned a project, we're going to go through that. I'm going to figure out everything I need to do for that, and I'll have to start on my first wedding film for Wedditor. So that's exciting. Updates will come soon. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow once I have more to talk about. What is going on, guys? It's a beautiful day. Set this in autofocus. We are back at the gym, and as Mr. Rogers would say, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. My training schedule got messed up a little bit. I'll talk about that here in a second. But we're here at the gym, gonna hit a leg session, and only gonna show a few clips of it. But afterward, I'll fill you in on all the details, and we're gonna do squats and deadlifts today, so I'll take you along with me. So like I mentioned earlier, yesterday's workouts got switched around and messed up because yesterday, around 11 a.m., I started having a migraine. And so I had already changed into my running clothes at that point. And what my plan was to do a quality session at the track earlier in the day, and then later in the day hit a leg session in the gym. Well, obviously I couldn't do that because I felt sick to my stomach all day and didn't feel very good. Had a headache until about like 4:30. At that point, I finally ate the second meal of the day, and what I was able to do was just go out on my third easy run of the week. Just did 5 miles real easy, and decided I would hit legs this morning before I had to go and do everything I have to do for work, and just wanted to make sure that everything was good to go for today. So I'm gonna hit this last session on squats. I don't have a belt, which kind of sucks, but it's making me work on form. But hit this last session on squats, move on to deadlifts, and then finish out the workout from there. Now, as I'm setting up the deadlift, I forgot to mention, I haven't deadlifted in probably 3 months. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, pray for me. So the initial plan was to work up to like 265 and do 3 sets of 5 at 265. But after doing that last warm-up set of 3, I realized that I've lost a lot of strength in that area. So I think we're gonna leave it there. Don't want to push it too much because I got a long run on Saturday that I want to be mostly recovered for. So I'll leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the workout. So, like I said, that is the workout. So we didn't go super heavy today or anything because, number one, I don't want to be gassed out for my run on, well, tomorrow, and I don't want to be gassed out for my run on Saturday, which is my long run. And the other thing is, I don't have a lifting belt, and so that poses a little bit of a problem in terms of trying to get stronger. But again, like I said, it's making me back down on weight and focus on form, which is a really good thing. And the third thing that I thought too is, again, consistency compounds. The goal that I'm going toward, which is the Go One More Marathon, is it's really what I'm focused on right now. So if I keep working at the squats and the deadlifts and the bench press and the strength stuff, as I keep going with my running and making sure I try to balance it as much as possible, I can get there. But again, consistency compounds, and that's kind of my mantra for this training block. So that was super random. Just jumped off a phone call from a Zoom call rather, from the guy that sold me my first road bike. And it wasn't about a bike this time. It was about a possible video work contract thing to do a bunch of videos for the company that he works for. Their video guy left and stopped working with them. So basically they were left to do all of the editing and stuff. And he said as he was sitting there today having a video export and just waiting, as that usually tends to happen with videos, especially longer ones, he was on Instagram and he said, wait a minute, I know a guy and he's fairly local and he does good video. Why not ask him? And so we hopped on a Zoom call. He messaged me on Instagram. I said, I'm all ears. I want to hear what you guys have to say. We jumped on a Zoom call. I guess afterward they asked their boss, and she immediately said yes. And so once the contract's written up, I'll sign it, and once he gets the hard drive, we'll meet because we're very local, and I'll get jumping onto the project. So that's one more thing in the armory, I guess, and the ball's starting to roll business-wise downhill in a good way. Do you see that? That right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is frost. And you know what that means. Means the cold weather's coming. Had to break out the windbreaker pants that I got last year, along with the windbreaker jacket that I got last year. And we're gonna tackle this 12-mile run like we usually do, even though it's a little bit colder. Gonna bring the GoPro along with us so that you can see what goes on during a 12-mile run. And I will see you guys during and after the 12-mile run for a little bit of a recap. And that's gonna end out the training for this week. It's gonna be about 34.5 miles in total.
Who we were is simply not who we are today. Maybe if I never left, we'd still be the same. Oh, but I don't really know you anymore, and you just find it easy to ignore me. Now I knew things were never good before. I still think, what if I could take it all back home? What if we should give it another shot? Yeah, if you let go and I let go, we can go slow, maybe we both grow. But what if it's no good? So it is what it is, oh.
So I'm about a mile and a half in, and like 5 minutes after I started running, this. I will refuse to accept that it is winter until December 21st, 22nd, or 23rd, when the equinox happens. I don't care if there's snow. I don't care if there's beachy sun. It is not winter until December 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. Thought I'd come to the track and do a couple flat warm-up miles because my left glute area is hurting a little bit from yesterday, I think, and the workout on Thursday morning. But we're warmed up pretty much. Now it's time to hit the streets. Probably gonna go 5 or 6 miles and then head back home for a bathroom break and a short refuel. I'm out of G1M Sport right now, but that's okay because Black Friday sale is actually happening right now as we speak. Yesterday was the first day, starting at 12 noon Central Standard Time, which was 1 p.m. and got me some of my BPN. I like my BPN. All right, let's go. Just about mile 2. I think my watch just beeped. I can't see it. But right over there on the sidewalk is where either last year or 2 years ago, sorry for this sniffling, it's really cold out. I slipped. It was really icy outside. And I slipped and fell and cracked my left knee. Someone called the cops or the police rather. Someone called the police because they saw somebody sitting on or laying on the side of the road. I was okay, but the policeman was like, should you really be running right now? And I'm like, you don't ask a runner that. No, yes, I should be running right now. So as I'm running uphill and into the wind, I wanted to share a nugget of knowledge that I've learned throughout my time running. And it is, when you're running uphill, do not try to keep the same pace. Let your heart rate stay the same. Make your strides smaller. Take more of them. That'll help you get up the hill, the same heart rate, and you won't gas out. So I hope that little tip helps anybody who's watching or trying to learn how to run, get faster, currently in training, whatever. Slow the roll, increase the leg turnover.
We both have a million things that we would love to say. You say you've got no patience left, and it drives me insane. No, 'cause I know if you only hear me out, that I can maybe slow you down. But you just think I like to run my mouth.
All right, we are about 6.3 miles in. Gonna stop here and fuel up, then head out on another 5.7 mile loop, probably on the other side of town, because I already explored a little bit of this side of town. So about 5-10 minutes, heading right back out. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap up the video. Total of 12.12 miles, time of 1 hour, 45 minutes and 3 seconds, an average pace of 840, and an average heart rate of 153 beats per minute. So we are in the MAF range. So that wraps up week 1 of training for the Go One More marathon. I'm gonna go smash some peanut butter because that's all I could think about in the last like 3 miles of the run. And I'm gonna go thaw out some sausages, if you know what I mean. Thank you for watching again, and we'll see you in the next one.